fight fans, fight fans, fight fans. This is Kurt DeVille with Counter Punch Boxing News. And this is a live stream representing what happened 2 years ago today. Okay. Um, we had Deontay Wilder at the time, the reigning heavyweight WBC champion, taking on Tyson Fury, that just came back into the game in that same year in 2018. And he vowed to beat Deontay Wilder, which all the odds were against the Gypsy King, right? So, and we had one hell of a night, a very interesting night of boxing in bloom. What's up, Counterpunch to you? Alden Bacon, it was 3 years ago. You know what? Fuck, it was 3 years ago. It was 3 years ago. Man, sorry, I am corrected. 3-year anniversary. That was 18 to 21. Let's do the damn math. Counterpunch to me. So 3 years ago, and I will change the title, definitely. 3 years ago, today, we seen one hell of a fight. It was a lot colder. I had bronchitis. The channel was growing. It had about 8,000 subscribers, maybe 9. Okay. Ivory Boxing Nation, Kurt, you can't do that to the LDBC. Remember them, that shit. Remembering them, that shit. I remember that fight. I don't remember what they were doing besides making excuses and favoring their fighter Wilder at the time. But he was a favorite to win because he was more active. He was a guy that, you know, if he caught you with the right hand, you're good as dead. You know, it's like catching cancer in the 4th stage if he hit you with the right hand. Tyson Fury, all we do remember of him is losing a shitload of weight, right? Losing a shitload of weight. Hanging out with his buddy, now respected trainer, Ben Davison, if you guys can remember. Let's hit that like button as we come in. And the bell rang. So let's talk about it. Let's talk about that fight, people. 3 years ago today. 3. I'm getting my tires fixed on my car, so that's what you hear, all the crash, boom, bang. So you guys can look here. Kurt, it looks like you are in the exercise yard. No, actually that's machinery. Sounds like they're putting tires on my car because they don't have a lot to do here. Yeah, it's in the Time at Lube at a local Walmart. But yeah, man, 3 years ago today. 3, damn, not 2. But it was crazy how things changed though. Because remembering Tyson Fury was just punching for speed. He wasn't even a respected puncher. Show us your beamer, Kurt. I will when it comes out. You know, I just got some more work done to it, so. Yeah, Kingsley. Yeah, it's 2018. Exactly. You really been busy with all the recent videos, bro. Looking good. What's luring? Man, appreciate you. You know, I just did 4 today. I did 6 yesterday. So, you know, I want to top this day off with a live stream because tomorrow's a travel day. Got another job, so I'll be in Oklahoma, boys, with another movie. So I'm going to do a long live then coming from Austin to Oklahoma. So it is what it is. Bob Arum said on TalkSport they want the white fight. Well, that's done. I'm glad they want a white fight. Thank you. And Billy Joe is weird. I can't make sense of it. Well, what did Billy Joe do? I mean, I know he was accused of stabbing somebody. But I heard that's not really a gypsy thing, so I don't know if he did or didn't. So you think Wilder should slim down and pound? Yep. I think he should lose about 15 pounds. There's no reason for the there's no reason for the weight that he gained because it didn't help him, and he already has a good punch. So why does he have to have weight? See, the idea was the heavier he gets, the more the punching power. But that's not the truth. That's not the case. Thanks for talking us on a walk somewhere warm. Nah, I mean, it feels good today, dude. It's a good day today. See what time it is. Okay, it's 4:18. What's your thoughts on Jake Paul and Tommy Fury fight? Garrett Collins, I'm going to cover that fight because it's either the end of Tommy Fury's career and lineage as a Fury, or it's the end of Jake Paul talking smack and building up momentum. So whoever does what, because see if Jake Paul gets beat by someone like Tommy Fury, an inexperienced boxer, then he can't claim to be taking on guys like Mike Tyson and none of that because it stops. Okay, the bandwagon stops with Tommy Fury because Tommy Fury, he's just a younger brother of Tyson right now, right? So it is what it is. So if he knocks out Jake Paul, that'll be the end of Jake Paul. Then all you have to do is get rid of Logan Paul. Then that'll be the end of him. So at that point, that's what you got. Skrilla50, what's up, brother? Counterpunch to you. Dropped a like as soon as I got in here. Appreciate you, brother. Chris Edwards, what's up from the UK? Counterpunch to you. 20 years we got Prince Fury. Yep. I could see that. Hopefully John's mean ass is still around. I told you my grandson. He's a fighting man like his father. Yes, his name is Prince because he is the king. I'm the Grand King. You're the what? I'm the Grand King, damn you. Mr. Shut Yo Face. What up, Kurt? Also from the UK. London repping. Gotta go to London, man. I remember my mom used to buy us London fogs. She loved those damn coats. Do they sell London fogs in London? Mojo Rising. John does my head in these days, wearing thin. I mean, that's John, dude. It is what it is. That's stupid. Stick on selfie. Oh, no, it's not. It's pretty cool. They sell the same stuff they do in Texas. Welcome, globalism. Well, I don't know about Texas, but I'm from Louisiana. I just work a lot in Texas. So when people ask me, do you live in Texas? I'm like, yes, I live in Texas. But then do I live in Texas all the time? No, I don't. Let's see. But yeah, 3 years ago today, we had a very interesting fight because I remember Joshua just knocked out Povetkin back when Povetkin only had one loss. And then I remember the build up with Wilder and Tyson Fury. Now I want to take you guys back a minute because it's weird because like this fight was Deontay Wilder versus Fury. But this was a plan by Al Heyman to take the Tyson Fury fight because once Wilder knocked out Fury, the only person left is Joshua. Then Wilder could ask for more money. He could be more marketable. He beat Ortiz and Fury in the same year, both undefeated fighters. That would raise his marquee value so they can ask for more money. Okay, so The only problem was, though, he didn't win. Okay, he didn't win that fight. He had a draw. So he kept the belt since he was already the champion. But before that fight, the build-up was nice because the build-up was probably the best that I've ever seen. Was despite what it might have made what 330, 40,000 pay-per-view buys, but the fight itself, it was pretty entertaining because Tyson Fury knows how to win. He knows how to play the crowd. He knows how to taunt Wilder. He knows, in the heat of everything that was going on, Wilder was still trying to knock his face off. But Fury still played him. He still played with him. Wilder needs to take a big fight right straight away. Yeah, he does. AJ opened the door for step aside. Yeah, that's what they say, but I mean, and it's not what he didn't say. He should have shut that shit down if he wasn't. I don't know. I think Wilder was way overrated and protected by PBC, as we all know. Well, I'll tell you this, Mr. Shut Your Face. He was protected from some certain fighters. He wasn't going to go near someone like AJ unless there was enough money on the line that would equal the amount of money AJ made. See, the whole time, Wilder felt that he was worth more. Wilder felt that he was worth a percentage to the point where it would look equal to Anthony Joshua. So that's what they wanted. They wanted that type of split. They wanted a split. So that was the whole debacle. And then because they didn't get a split, they said Anthony Joshua was ducking. Well, when he decided to fight Tyson Fury, it took about 7 weeks for that fight to get actually officially made. And they looked at Tyson Fury as a stepping stone. Now, amazing where he is now. Now Tyson Fury is popular and considered the best heavyweight ever, or around now, should I say, because he beat Deontay Wilder. So who played who? Fury showed the rest of the fighters the blueprint to finish Wilder. It doesn't matter because none of those guys have fought Wilder yet. So let's see if they can follow that game plan. Deshaun, salute Counterpunch Boxing News. Subscribe to your channel not too long ago. You put out great content. Keep up the great work. Deshaun, I appreciate you, man. Thank you. AJ unfollowed Hearn. Not all rosy team and Metro. That's interesting. But I mean, me personally, I didn't like the idea of a lifelong contract. I mean, like, who does shit like that? Like, I don't like that at all. Paul Meadows, if you come to London, Kurt, we can accommodate you and your family for free in a 4-bedroom house. You have a big following here in London, brother. Paul, hey man, I'll take you up on that definitely. How do you think whether or not Joshua? I don't think he steps aside. He's too proud for that. That ain't gonna happen. I mean, it would be big news if he did, but that would just. I mean, he would get a lot of pushback too for doing that because you have to think about it. He already said, "Don't come with me with that business," and then that same business that you don't want to come to you, you decide to do. So, Psycho Crusher, what's up, brother? I'm from UK and only follow Kurt. He's the man. What's luring? Counterpunch to you. Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you. He should, though. Going back and losing again against Usyk will destroy his stock. Yeah. Well, that would be the first guy that's beaten him that he hasn't had his revenge on. So he's been beaten by 2 guys now. True, you the only person I follow when it comes to boxing. Thank you, man. I appreciate you. AJ would lose all credibility if he steps aside. I mean, he would lose a lot of leverage too, because I mean, at least he has an opportunity to get the belts back that he lost for the second time. But if he just decides, all right, let me take the low road, take some money, step aside, let Tyson Fury and Usyk give it a go, and he had the opportunity to fight, but instead watch them fight, no. Oleg Kurt from Irlanda, counterpunch to you. Wexford DJ, counterpunch to you. The heavyweight scene is nowhere near what it was like back in the days where you had a lot of contenders. Yeah, that's true. Spence stripped. Well, I mean, when was the last time he fought? He fought Danny Garcia. The only person I see stripping him is the IBF. What's worse, stepping aside or losing by knockout to Usyk in the rematch? Genuine question. Ooh, I don't know. That's something that I want to put on a poll, honestly. It's because of that MMA, kickboxing, and Thai. Ciao della Italia. Go out trying. I mean, he would be better off because, I mean, he might land something big and hurt Usyk to the point where, Usyk's off his game. But, the weird thing about Usyk, I think even when he's hurt, he's probably still just as focused. Can Teofimo Lopez recover? Yeah, he can recover. But the thing is, how will he recover? Will he recover in the right way? YouTube effing sucks. Yeah, I mean, if Usyk knocks out Anthony Joshua, people will clown him. Oh, you're going to have Blue Blood, 78 Sports TV. Their friend, the dude that's always mad, I can't remember his name. But you're going to have a lot of people clowning him. Psycho Crusher, that is true, because people are going to look at that like, hey, he just did that shit for money. Not at 135, he was to move up. Can you see War Chisora beating Parker? I wonder if Fury will get the Chisora fight again. I'd see Fury doing it because it's an easy fight, I see him doing that. It's just an easy fight. Yeah, that's him. The one that's already always mad. That damn. That's bad. You stay that mad that people don't even know your name. That's it. The one that's always pissed off all the time. I'm a Fury fan, but if he fights Chisora again, I'm gonna be pissed. Yeah, me too. Me too. Yeah, because I mean, it's who needs a redo on a person that claims there's nobody else in the business to fight, but you're gonna fight the same person that you've already beat twice. That makes no sense. You know what I mean? So there's like you have Joyce, you even got Parker, you got even Mr. Anderson that he's coming up in the ranks. You got Frank Sanchez, you got Efe Ajagba. You know what I mean? He's just like another younger Deontay, right? Who else do you have? You got Andy Ruiz. You got Anthony Joshua. You have so many people that you could fight, and then you want to say, "Oh, that's nothing else for me to do. I'm just weary. I'm the best in ever." I'm like, you beat Wilder 3 times. Stop. Knock it off. Ain't Fury fighting D. White? I have no idea who's Fury's fighting. I have no idea. He should want to fight White. White would be if he could beat White, that would be great for his resume. You know what I mean? He joins the AJ and Povetkin club. And only the AJ and Povetkin club. They're all sitting in the lounge smoking cigars. Right? Hey, AJ. Hey, Povetkin. You know what I mean? That's how I look at it, man. When you beat a fighter, especially a fighter that has like only 1 or 2 losses, like pretty much most of everybody has now. You know what I mean? that's been in the game for a while, you know, there's only two people in that lounge. Chisora and Fury is a joke of a fight, and I love Fury, but come on. Yeah, I hope he doesn't go that route. Aram said he's fighting 3 times next year. Well, I hope so. That would be good. Fight White, fight Joe Joyce, and fight Anthony Joshua, or fight Usyk. So that would be great for Fury. That would be absolutely marvelous. Honestly, I think they're throwing out names right now to judge what the fans will pay for. They may. Tyson looked a little bit untrained last time. Does he feel some motivation problems again? Well, if he does, if Tyson Fury feels some type of motivation problems, I feel that at the end of the day, I feel that that's one of those mental blocks that he has. Usyk, Joshua, White, that would be good. He fights Usyk, then Joshua, then White. That'd be great. It's crazy, man. It looks good for boxing, though. At least we see some new fights. I mean, would I rather see Fury take on Usyk? Of course. Why? Because it's a fresh new fight. Because that fight happens that brings all the Thanos belts together. Yes, I said Thanos. I've been watching Infinity Wars today. Avengers Infinity Wars. Want to watch Endgame later tonight. How does White beat Fury? Going to the body, breaking him down, chopping down with the left hook, working the body, avoiding the fast counter punches from Fury, and knock out Fury with a left hook. See, understand, people label that hardest puncher in heavyweight history shit. But understand, Tyson Fury can still be hurt from a regular ass punch from a regular ass heavyweight. You don't have to punch the hardest to hurt somebody. So you think White can't hurt Fury? You got another thing coming. But vice versa. Vice versa, people. Okay? We actually live, my gypsy bro. Penny Royale T counter punch to you. Yeah. We are live. Kurt, what's your thoughts on YouTube hiding the dislike count? Yeah, that sucks. That's stupid. I don't know why they did that. That's just dumb. Because, see, dislike or like, it's all the same. You're acknowledging the video. That's what you're doing. So it really doesn't matter. I think it's dumb. Maybe they'll bring it back after enough people complain about it. Yeah, snatch the body. That's it. So he's already out of shape. So,
How much do you have on there?
$578. Just checked the balance 5 minutes ago.
White don't beat Fury. Sorry, I respect both fighters hugely. White has to come in shape, because if he comes in there like he was, especially when he fought for Vetkin, he came in on the second fight. He came in sloppy. He came in reckless. He came in sloppy. He came in too big. So if he's like that, that's going to be a sloppy, slouchy ass fight. Like a White will walk onto an uppercut at some point. I see White getting knocked out while trying to go to the body against Fury. That may happen. Absolutely, we have to see the most focused and in shape White ever. Well, let's hope so. I mean, I've seen Dillian White look good, but then, do you guys remember the pictures that we've seen with him and White? You remember how slim he was? He was younger, but I mean, shit, he's only like 32, 33. So maybe about 7, 8 years ago when he used to spar with Tyson Fury, well, he actually looked good then. This big bulky shit ain't working for nobody. Him Wilder, nobody. It's not gonna work. Didn't work for Joshua neither. This big and bulky shit is just overrated. You know, you're bringing all this mass, this muscle mass, or this body mass to a fight where it's gonna only betray you on the end game. Thoughts on Khan versus Brooke? I'll watch it, but I mean, I don't really care for that shit. That fight's, you know, that's just like seeing Anthony Joshua taking on Deontay Wilder 5 years from now. Who the fuck wants to watch it 5 years from now? They'll both be old. And the Fury from Fury versus Wilder. Yeah, I mean, it's gonna be two sloppy, slouchy ass fights. I mean, you get those two guys. You know, I think well, Tyson will still get him though, because you know, I don't know. I still want to see it though. White looks clumsy. Well, I wouldn't like to call him clumsy. I want to call him reckless. It's a better word because clumsy is just like, you know, I think reckless is more like it. I don't understand. Is Joshua going to fire Rob McCracken, or if not, who is he really looking for in the United States? Andrew, he's keeping it a big secret, and he gets pissed when people ask him about it. I'm like, why are you getting pissed off? Like, you're going to all these different guys. Like, and then if you really think about Joshua, though, just for a second, because I know this is about Wilder and Fury. Well, if he fights with all those damn, he uses all these guys, I think that can be confusing. I think that's not a good idea. You know, you're taking this from this guy, you're taking this from this guy, you're doing. It's like, dude, you go in there fucking confused again. And Usyk's gonna beat the shit out of you again because Usyk knows exactly what he wants to do and he knows what I'm planning to do versus what I execute. And if he execute what he's planning, he's gonna be victorious again. Okay, so you know, Usyk is number one. Usyk is number one point A. Fury's one point B. They're both number one until they fight. If Gervonta Tank Davis loses, that will be 3 fights this year. He'll lost by an upset. Psycho Crusher. I would love that shit. Because all the motherfuckers go back to 0. Teofimo, humbled. Gervonta Tank Davis, humbled. How? Fighting people we never fucking heard of. That's how it happens in the sport of boxing, people. People think that they want to run from fights or take this fight or, you know, because look at T.O. for a minute, man. T.O. ran from a rematch. We can say what we want to. T.O. ran from a rematch and then blamed it on the arrogance and laid or relied on the arrogance of Lomachenko. He fucking ran from a rematch from Lomachenko. Okay? Even when his father wanted him to fight him again, he didn't want that. Let's just be real. And what did he do? He ran right into an ass whooping. That's what people do. They keep running and avoiding, you know, and using whatever reason. But the real reason is Teofimo, he got off and used the advantage of being busy. And he won. He beat Lomachenko by being busier. Not because he was the better fighter. Let's just be real. You know? And I'm glad. White was still his brilliant fight, but muscle mass kills your oxygen. And well as you know that, bro. Look what's happening recently, even against Lopez. It is what it is. We love you, Counterpunch from the UK. You talk the truth. Anthony Walsh. Hey, I tried. After this, his daddy said, yes, we will fight him. I mean, yeah, well, here's the thing. You got to get humbled, and then you have to remember, who did you beat to be who you are? You always got to beat the champ twice. Everybody knows that shit. Everybody knows if you're going to, especially winning the way he won just by being busier. He didn't win by a couple knockdowns. He got Lomachenko really hurt, beat the shit out of him. You know what I mean? It wasn't like that. It wasn't that type of fight at all. Drew will know how to handle Southpaw Usyk better than AJ because he fought in Southpaw stance. B. Peter Fury constantly had him sparring Southpaws in camp. Well, we'll see. I hope so. You know. What's your opinion on Tyson's chin as Wilder's punch could have knocked a bull over? Wilder has good punching power when it comes to surprising his opponents. You know, a lot of the times he's caught people, they didn't see the punch coming. So he's good with delivering that punch when you're not expecting it. And anytime you hit someone when they ain't expected to get hit, it's going to be worse because they can't brace for the punch at all. They just got caught. Andrew, I don't know if Teofimo believes that shit or not, but I think he'll come down to understand. Everyone humbled was hugely disappointing. Tio definitely needs to learn. They don't understand every fight is different. They don't. Now I have no problem with other fighters trying to fight Gambosos now because, but it just shows you like everybody wants Cambosos. Oscar De La Hoya came out and said Ryan wants Cambosos on his return fight. And I'm thinking to myself, like, Ryan, what the fuck was you and Tio and the Devin Haney? You just skipped Devin. You walked from Devin. You ran from Devin Haney. Now everybody wants to fight that one guy. It's weird. It's weird as shit. Big difference in a true southpaw and a swing fighter. Usyk can win in rematch. I think Anthony is too slow. A split with his father would be good. I agree. Cisco Perez, what's up? Counterpunch to you. I'm not a big boxing fan, but I can watch your videos and get into it. Keep up the good work, brother. Chayes Galindo, counterpunch to you. I'd love to see Angel Garcia and Teofimo Lopez hanging out. Dude, wouldn't that be crazy? That you got Angel and Tio. Ugh. Talking about obnoxious. Listen, my son, bro, is better than all of them. Your son, my son's better than all these motherfuckers. My son fought everybody. Tio just fought Loma, and he got whooped by Cambosos. Tio should split with Daddy. Fury had the 1 to 5 year delay plan between last time. Interesting how soon we'll see him fight again. AJ needs to shut off Usyk's escape route to the right and rematch. Egg lead, foot control, and aiming his jab at Usyk's right ear. But Nadi, what's up, brother? Counterpunch to you. I think Usyk will be a problem for Fury. Dude has insane cardio. He's quick, good footwork, awkward style. Listen, that fight is going to not be what people think it's going to be. And if you heard it, you've heard it first. Tyson Fury, it depends on what Tyson Fury we get. Because you can't rule out Tyson because Tyson's able to motivate himself. But if he comes in there thinking, I'm just going to run over Alexander Usyk like I did Wilder, it ain't going to work like that. Leo, it is right, man. It is a 3-year. I mean, it was my bad. It's a 3-year anniversary. 3-year anniversary, sir. Don't forget to counterpunch all the video. AJ needs to learn what he can take before he learns what he can give with Usyk. Well, I don't know. I mean, it's difficult. It's real difficult, man, because we don't know what's going to happen. We don't know what's happening.
I'm just waiting for him to see me go take work and then we'll be good to go.
No worries. I'm just putting these up here. I think Tyson can decision Usyk. His conditioning has to be 100. Well, I mean, if it's not, he's going to lose. He's going to get tired, and Usyk will tire him out. Usyk does that. The mental part of Usyk is the feints, the constant movement, the constant head movement, the body. It's like that dude will do that the whole time. He needs to be a smart dog. He needs to be smart or a dog angry. Well, you got to be careful with Usyk because Usyk likes to fight fire with fire at times. He'll do that. He never stops moving. That shit'll bother anybody. You know, you got somebody still fidgeting and moving like that, and that's all a part of strategy. But see, here's the killing part about Usyk. He's moving like that, but it's also he's moving to exercise his movement away from punches. So, you know, even if you just get mad and haul off and throw 4 or 5 punches at him, he's either going to slip 2 or 3 of them, block the rest, and move out of the way from the rest. You've just wasted 5 punches. And then he might come back with 2 or 3 more. The cat, exactly. Andrew, those 8 just cuts. He never rocked Usyk. And that's crazy. If he never hurt Usyk, that's bad. And if Joshua didn't hurt Usyk, what makes you think Tyson Fury can hurt Usyk? We already know the man got a beard. Think about it. We already know he has a beard. Still here, guys. Checking out. Always go to the body if the body is too much. If they bob too much. That's true. No, I think Tyson Fury will do a lot of that, though. If he feels that Usyk is moving too much, he will go to his body and he will attack.
Alright, man, I'm just waiting for him to drop the keys.
Okay, man.
Sorry it took so long to get everything settled.
No problem. Hey, you said 5 o'clock. It's 4:50.
Alright, man,
So let's see. Love you. Love after you and yours, my friend. Penny T. Royale. Thank you, baby. Usyk done a lovely 1-2 on Tony Bellew. Perfect. Through the gloves as well. Yeah, I mean, it doesn't take much.
Nice BMW though.
Thank you, man. Thank you.
He's on a 85 555i.
Uh-huh.
I completely fixed that thing up, and I beat an Audi 88 with it.
Nice. You beat an Audi. That's impressive. Well, this is the Black Mamba, guys. Remember you guys seen the kit? This is the Black Mamba. I just got it ceramic job done to it. So this is it. You know, took a couple days for those guys to get the paint right. So this is the Black Mamba. So when you see me rolling, this is what I'm rolling in. There you go. So appreciate you. Yeah, it's the guy that painted it before spinning around. There we go. So that's one of three. Damn, I gotta get some gas too. What time is it? No, it's still 4. 5, almost 5. But
actual thing, but see, when you get people.
So we have Deontay Wilder, Tyson Fury. You know, it's crazy how Wilder drive it like Statham, Kurt. I know, right? Statham drove the hell out of that car, didn't he? Transporter. Rated R. Starts Friday. Got to keep those scales shiny. Yep. If they have a real gear stick, 8 automatics. Well, this one is dual, so like most of these cars are. It is what it is. Like the M5, that's the way to go though. I've decided if my motor gives out on this car, I'm definitely getting a M5. I'm gonna get an M5. I'm gonna get an M5 motor and then throw in this sucker. Yeah, it's great for hammering. I love them. You know, this one isn't too shabby though, so. It'll get you somewhere. Good evening from South Wales. DJ Anton, counterpunch to you. Keep driving like a driver and don't get an M5. Yeah, well, if I find a motor, I'm gonna get one, definitely. Nah, the M3, the M5 V10 is a nightmare. Oh, I believe you. Telling you the M5 is a nightmare and has a 60k mile rod bearing maintenance. Yeah, the M5 quality car. Yeah, it is. You know. Now I'm actually going to buy another one, maybe next year, and it's going to be an M Sport. It's going to be a lot bigger because I'm a tall guy. So this is a 5 series. So I'm going to get a 7. You know, same, still E39. To me, the best looking cars are the Jaguar. I almost bought a Jaguar like last year, but then they wanted $3,700 for this like 2010, but they didn't know what was wrong with it, and the shit wouldn't start. I'm like, fuck no, because there's no telling what's wrong with it. It's a gorgeous car, but the power plant has so many problems. Please help 2 years anniversary. What? I just got on. No, man. We've already counterpunched that. It's actually 3. I'll change it so we won't have that. You know, the aftermath. But what happened on the aftermath? If we're talking about Tyson Fury and Deontay Wilder, you know, we have a lot of different things that happened because of that. We had the long count. We had Wilder scoring 2 knockdowns in the 9th and the 12th. We had Tyson Fury basically outboxing him every other round besides those 2. You know, and then including those 2, Tyson did a pretty good job coming back in those same rounds. And then it was a draw at the end of the day, you know. You know what people say about draws? You know, draws are like, you know, glorified wins. Because, you know, Tyson Fury, of course, he wasn't popular enough to win a decision, but then here's the thing. He didn't need to in the second and the third. I mean, he beat Wilder. Like, the second fight, he just beat him until, like, somebody stopped it. This one, he just knocked him all the way the hell out. And it was crazy because that's exactly what Wilder begged for in the second fight. He begged for that fight. He begged for that ass whooping. And he got it. He finally got it. But the first fight, I think Tyson Fury was so worried about his power. You know, I think he was worried about his power to the point where he just wanted to outbox him. But then, of course, that's also the game plan. Yeah, the second fight, he looked like he was just a beat, punch drunk bastard. You know, let's just be real. You know, but this first fight, it was Tyson just flicking that jab out. Every so often, he would drop a right hand and her, do you want to be my fake brother, aka lover? Nope. Jillian shit, ain't that a bitch? ESP with the ear bleeding. Yeah, man. Too lazy to put you in there. Come on, man. Why do you think Tyson never gets tired being overweight, Kurt? He gets tired, but it's just nobody has really pushed him. And then if he was tired with Wilder in the third fight, he just wasn't as tired as Wilder was. And you have to understand something too. Wilder is Fury was once 400 pounds, right? And he carried that shit around for a couple of years, didn't he? Well, Tyson Fury, I mean, how much did he weigh in the first fight? Wasn't Tyson Fury like 260 something, 267? Or was it 256? It was one of those. Oh, 255. Okay, well, 55 to 270, you know, he jumped up 15 pounds. Well, should I say 18 pounds in the second fight, but then the third, he was like 270. Fat is a part of his defense. I believe that. You hit that blow, you hit that fat around that belly, you're probably gonna bounce off. Unless you catch him right in the solar plexus. They'll get anybody. Yeah, that was kind of nasty. That's some nasty shit, though. Yeah, it's genetics, Tim. Look at his daddy. His daddy's built like that, too. You know, they're built like a bunch of fucking butchers. You know what I mean? Let's be real. No fat on the chin. No, none. He does look like, him and his dad look like a bunch of fucking butchers. You can see them with a cleaver. Flah! Flah! That's how you do it, Tyson! Flah! You separate the fat boyo! Flah! You know? Like they bring that shit home with them and feed families with the leftover chops. I have meat every night thanks to me job. I'm a meat cleaver. Tyson's a meat cleaver. Tommy's gonna be a meat cleaver. We're all butchers. Tommy Fury doesn't look like he belongs to them. He probably ain't. He's probably fucking, or unless, you know, that's his half brother though. So you know, he might just look like his mom, because he don't look like he's even going bald right now. But how old is the kid? Shit, Tyson had hair once upon a time too. You know something I was thinking about? You know who Tyson Fury looks like, or looks like Tyson Fury? Justin Timberlake. Tyson Fury with hair. If you look at Tyson Fury with hair and Justin Timberlake, they look like the fucking, Justin looks like his little big brother. CFJ 1989 counterpunch to you. That's a stretch. Watch. I'm gonna put it on because I think I was going to do it one night, and then I don't know if I posted it or not. You know, watch. Look at Tyson Fury when he has hair, not the bald-headed fat bastard now. I'm talking about the guy he was before his hair started falling out. That one. And you look at Justin fucking Timberlake. They look a lot alike. I'm telling you. Nose, eyes, and shit. You know. It's crazy. And you're saying, no way, watch. I'm going to post it and you're going to say like, damn, he kind of does. It's just Tyson's a lot fucking bigger and Justin's a little Slim Jim motherfucker. But you know what I mean? I'm talking about facial features here. I'm not talking about the way they're built. You know, Justin shit, he ain't gonna be fat like that. Motherfucker's career depends on it. You know? He bring it sexy back. Yeah, I'm sexy, Justin. I bring it back with me fists. No, the features are different. Okay. They look like they're related though. I'm gonna prove it to you. Call me mad, call me crazy now, but I'm gonna send it to you. I'm gonna show you exactly what I'm talking about. Did you ever have thought that Big Baby Miller is on PEDs to build on them? Yeah. Because he probably, without the PEDs, he probably would just be a fat bastard. Or, look, a lot of those drugs are mental. See, people juice up and then they think because they juice up, then that gives them the energy, you know. But I think if he would have just done the right thing and just trained and worked out and stopped his diet, he talked about how poor he was, but didn't stop his ass from eating, right? So I think at the end of the day, it's a lot of fat steroid heads. You know what I mean? It's a lot of fat steroid heads. Who the fork is bringing sexy back to? Feds are not a cure for poor nutrition and bad genetics. No, they're not. But it is what it is. Stallone said Fury got a part in the Expendables. Yeah, I bet he does. But I wonder if he gets beat, will he take it from him? Well, Fury, I think I don't want you in my show. I seen you last fight and you look like shit, so I don't think you should be in my show right now. Fuck you, Sly. You short prick. Tyson is doing a little pro wrestling too. Pro wrestling. Oh, me? Oh. Hi. Oh, thank you, dear. I appreciate it. I thought you'd already started. I think you've already started.
Fine. You'll figure it out.
Yeah, I'll just check this out first.
After this lady. You're right here.
Oh, okay, cool. Oh, thank you.
Just.
So maybe we should, yeah, there you go. It's 3 years, Kirk, but I take it, folk. Have you told? Yeah, absolutely. You're like the sixth person, maybe the seventh person. Psycho Crusher, God bless your back, man. Oh, beloved Ruby is actually a man. Who's beloved Ruby? Who's that? Stallone would have to get a damn step ladder and have Tyson Fury stand in a 3-foot deep hole to look in his eyes. That's true. You know, Stallone is like 5'6", 5'7", something like that. He's a real short dude. I've seen Stallone. He was doing a boxing movie actually in New Orleans called Grudge Match, and he's like literally like this tall. He's a short guy. And then, you know, as you get older, you shrink. So if he had a little height on him then, he's really shorter now. Alexander Knox, what's up, brother? Counterpunch to you. I think Sly's Rambo days are over unless he's in a wheelchair next movie. Well, you know, I actually like those Rambos. Those Rambo movies are a boss. I like the last one when he went to Mexico. That was really good. And you know what? They get better and better because I like the one he was in Cambodia or Burma. That was a good one. It's just teasing. Testing. Feel pretty hurt now. Reminded. Sorry. Thought you were with me. That was good old. He's looking old. I mean, he is old. He's in his 70s, dude. Yeah, the last one was lit when his niece, he went and got his niece from Mexico. Yeah, it was pretty bad. Thank you very much. Thank you, man. Nothing against Stallone. He is a humble guy, a great writer and a director. Never forget, he is an Oscar winner. Oh, it's Stallone, man. He's done his thing. You know, the first Rocky was such a testimony, you know, because, you know, he was a broke dude doing soft porn at one point. You know, you want me to stick it in this way or that way? What do you want from me? Next Rambo is an old age home. He's talking about old war stories. Waking up, fighting the air and shit. Stallone goes to great lengths to look young. Would like to see him with gray hair. Okay, I am back. Wait. All right, can anybody hear me now? I had to take a call. I had to talk to a good friend, Mark, and actually, it's the funny thing, we were talking about Stallone, and a guy named Mark D'Alessandro, he coordinated all the Rocky stuff, and he doubled Sylvester Stallone for like 10 shows. So he's a stunt guy. So he just called, and I was like, that's funny, we're talking about Stallone, and he calls. But he looks a lot like him. He's, you know, Italian, short Italian guy. Yeah, that's the 411 about that and him. But as far as like Tyson Fury goes, though, man, Tyson Fury and Wilder, I think when Wilder put that weight on, if you notice him in that first fight, he was a lot more flexible in the first fight. I think he was slender. That made him more mobile, more agile. You know, even though he was just throwing that one fucking scud, but he was faster with delivering that scud than anything else. You know, but the damnedest thing, you know, a person that goes to that length and goes to that level with just power and very little skill and being a hard-headed bastard. That's pretty much what it was, you know. But I mean, Wilder was he was good. He was good for what he's doing, what he did. Now I don't know if he's a good fella. You know, I know he's a good fella, but I'm not sure about a good fella. Like, what do you want from me? Like, funny how? That kind of way. But, no, man, but it was a great epic saga. We got 3 fights out of it. God knows I didn't want to see all 3 because we've seen enough on the second one, but the third one did redeem himself. But anyway, guys, the 3rd anniversary of these guys, the 3rd of these 2 guys, Deontay Wilder versus Tyson the Gypsy King Fury. I thank everybody for coming on. I will see you guys live for another one tomorrow morning, so stay tuned for that. And everyone has been counterpunched. Peace.